When people think of happiness, they usually think of the cars, the money, the fame, material possessions is what I'm getting at. But what happens when that isn't enough? What happens when cars, money, and jewelry can't bring you happiness anymore? When you're left feeling empty and lonely because they don't fill the void? Sooner or later, you'll realize happiness isn't linked to material possessions. You'll soon realize you can't talk to cars, you can't talk to money or jewelry. You can't socialize with lifeless objects. These things are meaningless. Without people to share them with, without friends and family to share these things with, then what do they mean? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Animals, people, friends, family, cousins, brothers, sisters, your mother and father, it's always better to share your success with those close to you. It's always better to share your success with those who support you. It's very simple, but many people miss the point. These people live sad, miserable lives. It's almost as if they're living backwards. But don't be like them. Don't lose the ones you love for money. Don't lose them for material objects. Love those close to you until you can't anymore, because before you know it, they'll be gone and it'll be too late. Life passes you by in the blink of an eye. See, what happens is when you get too intertwined with these material possessions and you begin to place them above people, you begin to lose the moral values you've always went by. You begin to think that money, material possessions, they're worth sacrificing people for. And you begin to lose those people close to you. So when your business, your money, your cash flow, anything like that begins to slow down or decrease, you have no one to talk to. You have no one to ask advice from because you screwed all these people over. Money, cars, you name it, these don't ensure happiness. These don't ensure that your life is going to be perfect, that you're always going to be happy, you're always going to be ecstatic, you're always going to be happy to wake up in the morning. These only ensure that you can support yourself and a family. But what's the point of having all the money in the world if you can't support people, if you don't have people to share this money with? What's the point in having $600, $700 million and no one to share it with? It means absolutely nothing. And many people begin to believe that as long as they have money and stuff, that they'll always be happy. That just because someone has a lot of money that they're happy. Or just because someone has a job that you want that makes a lot of money, that they're going to be happy. But the truth is, we truly can't tell how happy a person is till we walk a mile in their shoes, so to speak, or until we live their life or see things through their eyes. Because you can truly never understand another person's point of view until you're in that person's shoes, until you're living that person's life. And that's the thing that we all miss from time to time. We can't judge another person's decisions or how they act based on what we've seen, because there's so many secrets someone may have that may have formed them into this person that they are today. And people seem to forget that. We think because someone's hyperactive or they're sad or something that they're just being babies or sensitive or something. But based on how they were brought up and the life that they live, that can all determine their sensitivity to certain things. What I find funny, you may not find funny because of how you were raised and how you were brought up and your sense of humor. And that's not really a reason to make fun of other people for. When we sit and judge other people based on how they act and judge other people based on their lives, then we lose that focus in our own life. Why are you want to make fun of someone trying to give something their all and trying to make something of themselves? I think that's one of the dumbest things ever that you can ever do. And I've learned in my life, people will judge you for anything. Especially if you're a famous person or you're someone with money or that is somewhat of a public figure. People are always going to find ways to put you down and criticize you and judge you no matter what you do. And truthfully, that's not the way that we should be living as a community. No matter what someone wants to do, no matter how stupid it sounds to you, I believe we should always support people. Because what happens if we lose all the creative minds, all the dreamers? Because we want to put them down and be negative. As one of these people, a lot of times you realize people are only mean to you because they're jealous. They're jealous of the position that you've been placed. And while we can say to a lot of people, you're just being lazy and that's why you're poor or something, there's truly people who are trapped under the poverty line and cannot get their head above water. Yes, there's an argument with fast food and minimum wage and things like that, but I believe if you truly want to achieve something, you can achieve that. And you'll learn throughout your life this becomes valid due to the fact, what do you think all these millionaires and stuff did? What do you think? They worked their butts off. And there's nothing wrong with that at all, having money, being set for life, all this stuff. But we can't lose sight of humanity. We can't lose sight of helping one another. We can't lose that characteristic, that generosity, that empowerment that you feel you owe something to people. If you're a millionaire, a musician, something like that, I believe that you owe it to these people that have made you famous to better your community and give back. We have all these people that we're making famous that don't want to give back, that just get the fame, the money, and then they ditch their responsibility, their sense of responsibility. And that's wrong in every aspect. We can't just ditch these people that spent their hard-earned money to support us. We can't just forget about these people and act like they don't exist, because they're the ones who got us here. But that's a little off topic. My envisionment on life is to do what makes you happy. What's a life worth doing everything you hate to make money to achieve something, and then getting to that point where you achieve it and realizing you're going to die soon, or you're not even going to get a chance to enjoy it? If you choose to live a life working a job that you enjoy, that you love to do, it will always benefit you, because you will excel doing something you love. But a lot of us choose to teach our children to follow in our own footsteps. If what we do does not make our children happy, then they shouldn't be doing it. Every person deserves the chance to do what they love and to make a living off that. But you have to work for it. You can't expect everything on a silver platter. And a lot of people don't understand that. To achieve, you must work. To achieve, you must dedicate your life to something. You must dedicate your life to obtaining that goal, to obtaining what you feel is success. And we all have our different varieties of success. But we'll get into that another time.